We all know Daenerys Targaryen from the very beginning, when she was forced to marry Khal Drogo by her own brother in exchange for an army. She was abused and treated like a tool for power, but over time, everything changed. Daenerys eventually fell in love with her husband and even watched her own brother die. In that moment, Daenerys became stronger. She learned to face her fears, with Khal Drogo by her side. As the story continued, Daenerys and Khal Drogo became deeply affectionate toward each other, but then tragedy struck. After losing their son, Daenerys had to kill her own husband out of mercy. It was one of the most painful moments of her life. She was grieving not only the loss of her husband, but also the loss of her child. But from that pain, something new was born. Daenerys became the mother of dragons. For the first time, she felt alive again. Her dragons gave her hope, strength, and a new purpose. She slowly gained power through her own abilities and began freeing slaves. By her side was her most loyal advisor, Jorah, who continued to support and protect her. Then came her growing army and allies. The Dothraki, over 100,000 mounted warriors from United Khalasars, pledged their loyalty to her after she emerged unburned from the Dosh Khaleen temple. The Unsullied, roughly 8,000 elite and loyal soldiers, were freed by Daenerys in Astapor. They followed her faithfully under the leadership of Grey Worm. And then, of course, there were her three dragons, Drogon, Rhaegal, and Viserion. Together, they gave Daenerys unmatched power in the sky and on the battlefield. She also gained Westerosi allies, including troops from House Tyrell, Dorne, and the Iron Fleet led by Yara Greyjoy. She even recruited smaller mercenary groups, such as the Second Sons and the Stormcrows, during her time in Slavers Bay. And through all of this, Missandei remained by her side as her trusted interpreter, advisor, and close friend. Daenerys was becoming the queen she always believed she was meant to be. She had power, she had freedom, she had people who loved and believed in her. For a while, it seemed like she had finally found happiness, but then she started losing everyone who mattered to her. First came Viserion. In Season 7, Viserion was killed beyond the wall when the Night King threw an ice spear into his neck. He fell into the frozen lake and was later pulled from the water and reanimated as an undead dragon. Eventually, after the Night King was killed at Winterfell, Viserion shattered and was finally gone. And then came one of Daenerys' greatest losses. During the Long Night, Jorah died in Daenerys' arms after successfully defending her. The man who had protected and loved her for so long was finally gone, but Daenerys barely had time to grieve. Then came Rhaegal. In Season 8, Rhaegal was ambushed near Dragonstone by Euron Greyjoy's fleet. Massive scorpion ballistas fired into him, with several bolts piercing his neck and chest. Rhaegal crashed into the sea, leaving Daenerys with only Drogon. After a tense war council, Daenerys insisted on using her full power against Cersei. The two queens eventually faced each other at the gates of King's Landing. Cersei stood safely on top of the walls, while Missandei was brought forward as a hostage. Tyrion desperately pleaded with Cersei to surrender, but Cersei refused. Then Missandei was asked if she had any final words. She looked toward Daenerys and simply shouted, "Dracarys." Then Ser Gregor decapitated her with his sword. Grey Worm watched in horror, and Daenerys was filled with anger and grief. At that moment, something inside her changed. She had lost her husband. She had lost her child. She had lost two of her dragons. She had lost Jorah, and now she had lost Missandei. The woman who once fought for freedom and dreamed of becoming a great queen was now carrying an unbearable amount of pain. Daenerys became what she believed she had to be, a queen with nothing left to lose.